Roundtable, guys. If you lived through Friday the 13th, that means you're watching us. So congratulations, Jason Voorhees did not get your soul last night. We're here at the Roundtable. It is a full moon Saturday night, guys. And who do I got with me? Fifth Quarter Cowboys, the realest Cowboy fan on YouTube, the power man himself, Cowboy fan 1980, and the family with all the kids, my Cowboys family, guys. Welcome. Hope everybody had a fantastic week, guys. We're going to go ahead and jump in this show. We got the Washington Redskins, FedEx Field, 12 o'clock Central Time. It's a noon game, first game of the day. That is Dallas Cowboy fans 1980's protege. He likes them those early games so we can get him a nap in. So 1980 is spinning, smiling ear to ear right now. But let's go ahead and start this show, guys. Washington Redskins versus the Cowboys. Obviously, y'all seen the injury report. Jonathan Allen's out. All these guys went to IR. The running back Adrian Peterson's coming to step in for him. So 1980. I'll go ahead and start with you, man. Open up your channel. Let them know what the deal is and why you got three faces on the show.
Here we go, guys. Saturday roundtable time. Y'all know what time it is, man. This is a review. Dallas Cowboys Washington game. I got fifth quarter on the scene. Dallas Cowboy football news. My Cowboy family, guys. The best that there is. Guys, this is just our thoughts and opinions on the Dallas Cowboys versus the black hole Washington Redskins. Washington Deadskins, let me say. Never underestimate a game. Got a lot of people saying, oh, this could be a trap game, you know. I want the Dallas Cowboys to break that tradition, break that trap game. If we can do the same thing we did last week, guys, we'll be fine. But, guys, it's the weekend. It's the roundtable time, man. Let's go ahead and get this party started, man. I want to thank everybody for joining us and the people coming in, just now coming in late. Thank y'all for taking the time out of your Saturday to give us a chance to give us the opportunity to run our mouths about America's team. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Who up first? Let's go.
1980 with the fighting words. The Washington Deadskins. They already dead. The Cowboys got to go kill them. Cowboys versus Indians. I'm not racist. Fifth quarter Cowboys. Cowboys versus Redskins tomorrow, 12 o'clock. What you thinking? What do you want to see? Let me ask you this: is there any concerns from the Dallas Cowboys side going into this game?
Man. You know what, man? The defense gave up a lot last week, even though we won. I kind of just want to see that cleaned up. I want to see Zeke starting to get more involved. I want to see bigger runs from Zeke. I want to see more yards per carry from Zeke. I feel like we got a lot to take advantage of because they got a lot of players that are hurt. But mainly I want to see the defense step up a little. Like I said, we gave up a lot last week, but, they still kind of did the job when they needed to. AP ain't no Saquon Barkley, but AP can still get busy. What you can't do is underestimate another NFL team just because you don't think that they're better than you at that time. Because any given Sunday, anything can happen. We can't just say because they got all these injuries that we got to walk in the park. You never know what could happen. Last week I thought DeMarcus Lawrence was gonna feast on that offensive line, but hell, they protected Eli. So what I want to do, I want to see the defense clean up a lot. I want to see Zeke get more involved, and that's about pretty much it for me, man. I just want to see a couple of things that was a little sloppy last week get cleaned up. Zeke get more incorporated, get his feet up under him, get back in football shape, taking them hits. And that's pretty much it for me, man. Just ready to get it on. And 1980 got an early game, y'all, because he hate late games. So that's another plus. But that's it for me.
My Cowboys family, any concerns from the Dallas Cowboys side of the ball going into this game? Obviously, it was a beautiful win against the New York Giants, but is there any concerns going into this one? Maybe the hot boys ain't so hot. maybe they turn it on today. What's your concerns, Miss Fiance?
I guess I'm probably the least concerned, I guess, because I say nothing. I mean, there is not a single thing the Redskins, these dead skins, can do that scares me. I mean, I'm sorry, not the quarterback, not their receivers, not their tight end. Nothing and no one scares me. What scares me is us. I want to make sure that we finish out the game strong. I understand it was just a second team, and obviously we're looking to avoid injuries, and we don't want anything to happen, but it would have been really nice to end that game 35-10 and not 35-17. So, you know what? I'm going to be that person. So I want to see our Cowboys maintain start to finish that level of intensity that I've come to expect from them. So, but yeah, there's nothing the Redskins can do. Yeah, absolutely nothing.
I love it because I do think the Cowboys are going to, again, I do not underestimate them, do not overlook them, but this is an NFC East game. It's a rivalry game. So you got to make sure you don't make any of those kind of mistakes that you guys said. I mean, DCF said it. And the defense, like DJ said, all these things are I echo it. Fiance said finishing the game strong, but specifically, I think the interior of our defense, has to stop Adrian Peterson and Chris Thompson. Chris Thompson, number 25, he's dangerous, especially if he gets the ball in the air, catches it, and runs. I mean, hey, listen, he can cause. He's hurt us in the past. He can cause damage. So watch him, number 25, Adrian Peterson. But here's the thing: they have no Jordan Reed. They have that rookie number 17. They got a couple other guys, but I mean, they really don't have much firepower on offense. The left side, they got Eric Flowers at the left guard, and they have the left tackle Donald Penn. So, I mean, listen, we should be able to at least do something on that side. I'm hoping. So we got to see more from the Hot Boys. We got to see more from the interior run stopping. And those are the things I guess would worry me the most. The only thing on offense, listen, let's keep seeing – I just want to see more of Kellen Moore. Just keep doing what he's been doing, right? More of Moore. And I think that let's see more of that. I want to see the killer instinct, the nonstop, let's keep throwing, passing, keep the defense not knowing what we're doing. Because even if they know, I don't think they can really stop us. And that goes not just for the Redskins, a lot of teams with this Kellen Moore offense. And again, we got a little taste. We got to see more of that. We got to see more. I want to see make sure it continues throughout the season like that. So that's the other thing I'm watching. We do that on offense, and we control the defense. I mean, we don't let them in through our offensive line. If they don't disrupt us on offense, in the running game or pass game, this game is a wrap as far as I'm concerned.
No. I can. I agree and disagree there on some of those points. I'll touch on that here in just a minute. 1980. Any concerns that you see with these Cowboys versus these Redskins that maybe you wanted to? Maybe that would make you feel better if you seen it week 1, but you didn't see it. So going into week 2, maybe there's still a little slight of concern.
There's no mystery on how the defense played last week. There's nothing like film to really show you everything. Our defense gave up. If you count in, like I said in my video this past week, if you count in penalties, our defense, like DJ said, fifth quarter Cowboys said, we gave up over 500 yards last week against the sorry Giants. Defense is known for talking and running their mouth. Y'all know the Hot Boys running their mouth, not signing autographs, thinking they shit don't stink and all that stuff. Not that I give a damn about that, but defense is known for running their mouth. But they write these checks and they got to cash them, especially this week against the Washington Redskins. No offense to those guys. They're a professional team, and they're going to come to play. It's the black hole, and y'all know it's always something going on there. Remember what happened last year? It was horrible. That was a horrible game. But, it's like a Bermuda Triangle. It's just bad shit always happens there. And then we're going to have those bad luck blue jerseys on. It's nasty. But they activated AP. Y'all know AP, 34 years old, but shit, don't underestimate that guy's still one of the best at the position, I believe. If you get him in open space, he can be caught, but he can break. Guys, the Redskins are a weak bunch. We got to take advantage of that, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Y'all already know what we got to do. Convert on third down, move the chains. We need to see what we saw last week. We didn't see a lot of third downs last week. This is the first game I've seen in a long time where Dallas Cowboys got first downs on first down. So we need to keep those chains moving, keep them guessing, get really creative, do the same thing we did last week. I know every game's not going to be perfect like that on the offensive side of the ball, but we got to figure out how to do it. Try your damnedest to make it that perfect. That's why you play. You play for perfection. You don't you don't get in your head that every game's not going to be like that. Hell, I want every game to be like that. I want every game to be dominant. I don't care who we're playing against. The Washington Redskins, if you watch the film on that game, they don't have a secondary. Josh Norman only gets good when he starts holding, pass interference, and all that stuff. So look for a lot of that because Amari Cooper's going to have a field day. The only way he's going to stop Amari Cooper is to hold him. So y'all look forward to Josh Norman, which is kind of the Dennis Rodman of the NFL, kind of like to get in people's head, like to hold people, pass interference. He's never really been a good cover guy. He's been a good pass interference guy, just kind of he know how to get away with it. I've been watching this guy, so I'm a cornerback. I know what I'm talking about. But their secondary is weak. Carson broke down Wentz, got over 300 yards passing on that guy. So they made Sean Jackson look like, Jerry Rice last week. So running game, they only had 10 attempts for 18 yards. But AP wasn't activated, so maybe when he's in the game, they still don't have an offensive line really. So we really need to take advantage. Go back to fundamentals. Fundamentals. I hope they did fundamentals in practice because tackling. What's that, Jeff? He's got a problem with angles. Those are fundamental things. That long run by Saquon Barkley wouldn't existed if we would have fundamentally picked up that damn fumble or fundamentally made the right angle when he was right there on him. So Cheeto had to hunt him down like Deion Sanders, and they did a drug test on him because they was hating on him or whatever. But anyway, that's all it is to it, man. This should be a win for us. Knock on wood. Everything need to go just like it did last week. This is another Giant team. You know what I'm saying? This is another preseason game. So let's get this party started, man. I'm ready to go.
My concern, Vernon Davis had a hell of a touchdown against the Eagles. And Bill Callahan knows how to coach an offensive line. I mean, they were pulling guys off the street. Our hot boys couldn't even get to the guys that were on the team for 3 days. So Bill Callahan kind of knows what the hell he's doing when it comes to coaching up an offensive line. That's one of my concerns there because the interior line for us, we drafted Hill in the second round and the guy was inactive against these Giants. That's concerning to me. That's a second-round pick. And a free agent, and Antoine Woods, who's on the Tennessee Titans practice squad for a whole year, is starting over a second-round pick, guys. We picked up Chris Covington from Houston Texans, and I don't think he's getting the job done either. That big boy's getting pushed around in there. So don't underestimate this Redskins offensive line. And then we got Adrian Peterson back there, who, yes, he's old. I get it, guys. But you give Adrian Peterson time to hit a hole, the guy's going to hit that hole, and he's going to be explosive. That's why he's starting for these Washington Redskins. There's a young back, Chris Thompson. I got him on Fantasy League. He got me hella points last week. And he's not even starting over Adrian Peterson. That tells you the value of Adrian Peterson right there, guys. We cannot underestimate this offensive line. We cannot underestimate Vernon Davis because who's going to be covering Vernon Davis? Jeff Heath, the guy that takes bad angles that look like crap out there that said on Cowboys mic up, oh, man, I couldn't even catch him. So that's concerning to me. This interior defensive line for the Cowboys have to do something. If they want to get any momentum, it starts against these Washington Redskins. Any objection on that?
Nope.
No, sir.
I ain't got nothing, man.
All right. Moving in here. 1980. We'll start back with you. Any keys to this game, right? Turnovers, takeaways, sacks. I mean, what's your three keys going into this Cowboys-Redskins game? Special teams?
Just like what I've been saying, pretty much just converting on third down, keeping the chains moving, keeping their defense tired out there. Obviously, getting Zeke involved. Got to get, like fifth quarter Cowboys said, you got to get Zeke more involved this year. Got to start going ahead and getting him in the dominant rhythm that he used to be in. Right now we got the Cabo Zeke. We need to feed Zeke. I'm tired of the Cabo Zeke. Get him involved, show him different looks. They're going to be looking for the pass because we were so successful. Dak had over 400 yards passing, threw touchdowns to 4 different receivers. The keys to this game is we got to get turnovers on defense, like you said. We got to get those turnovers on defense, strip sacks, defensive line, that front four. It starts with them. It starts with that front four. They're the quarterbacks of the offense, pretty much. I mean, of the defense. And if we can get them going, get some strip sacks, get that quarterback flustered, get them worried really early. We got our first game out of the way, so those first game jitters shouldn't be a problem. We just got to tackle better. And I hate to say it, I hate to keep talking about the defense, but they were so horrible last week. And I don't know if it was on purpose or whatever, but let's just hope it gets better this week. I know they have the potential to be dominant. They have the potential to be, top 5 defense in the league. And I just needed to be there. I needed to get there. We need, Jalen Smith just got a good contract, so I need him to, be the predator that I know he knows to be. And that's all, man. Just create turnovers on defense, get interceptions. Secondary needs to, play on the ball. When the ball's in the air, you turn into a wide receiver. And I can't stress the same thing I've been saying enough. If you do those things, you'll be successful on both sides of the ball. We have to show other teams, because when you're playing a team, other teams are looking at you too. So you really have to show other teams what you're capable of and what you can do. So those are the things that I think, y'all know my 3 things. Move the chains, convert on third down, and red zone offense. Get creative in there. That's what we did last week. It was the Giants, but it still existed. So, but that's those are my things, man. That's it.
5th quarter Cowboys. 3 keys, brother, going into this game. What you looking for a victory?
Well, you got the defense who struggled in the season opener. So I think in order to keep them guys fresh, first of all, you gotta make sure you dominate on time of possession. That's first. Keeping the defense off the field. You gotta dominate on time of possession. You know what I'm saying? I think you do that with handing the ball off to Zeke and Tony Pollard. Next, you gotta get 3 and outs. You gotta get 3 and outs, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get turnovers. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we don't need no big first downs from them when we stop them 3 times. And then, 2 times, and then, it's like they get something like, no, we don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always need 3rd and longs and, getting them out of there. Putting our offense back on the field, getting that defense back on that bench, letting them get another breather. You know what I'm saying? So, you just got to get them turnovers, man. You got to get them 3 and outs. That's the second thing, and my point. And my third thing, to 1980 point, that red zone, man. We can't win time possession with our running backs and then get down there and kick a field goal. We need touchdowns. Man. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's time possession. It's turnovers, 3 and outs, and it's scoring points, man. You got to put 7 up. You got to put them 7 up, man. Tomorrow should be, kind of not an easy game, because that is another professional team. But after week 3, we really the schedule really gonna get tough. So it's really time to really iron out the crinkles and the wrinkles in your pants. So those are the 3 things I'm looking for, man.
Yep.
My Cowboys family, 3 keys for victory.
So for me, the first one is probably kind of a surprising one. I'm not sure what you guys think, but Zeke. So obviously we know Zeke's a big part of the game, but week 1, we already knew we were going to use Zeke in a more limited fashion. Like, even if he was out there, we knew he wasn't going to carry the load. But I feel like this is going to be the first week where we're going to unleash Zeke. So realistically speaking, for me, a key to this game is, what does this offense look like when we have no restrictions on Ezekiel Elliott? And how does that play out, again, with the rest of the offense, making sure we're not just run all the time? And I doubt it will be that. But again, just interested to see how that goes. Of course, second is, yes, Dak Prescott. So obviously Dak had a fantastic week 1 performance. I'm not saying that's my expectation for him every single week, but after big performance like that, I do have pretty high expectations for Dak. I really do think that he has a chance to put up similar numbers against a team that, is pretty weak and is hurting, not just, in the front line, but the secondary as well. So, just a lot of potential there for Dak. And of course, the third one is sacks. No lie, obviously would have liked to see more than just one sack in this past week. I do expect our front line to get going a little bit more. So to me, another key to this game will be, yes, how many sacks can we get? How can we control this game and keep the momentum on our side?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's making such great points. And I mean, I could expand on the Kellen Moore situation that we spoke about that earlier. I mentioned as one of the things I want to see this game, but specific keys a little deeper. Like I said, Chris, stop in the run game of the Redskins. You guys mentioned that we all touched that earlier. Chris Thompson, speedy receiver. I mean, speedy running back that catches the ball out the backfield and can also run some yards inside as well. So we got to watch for that. Interior got to play well. And same, of course, Adrian Peterson has the DCFN touchdown already. He killed us last year. I mean, he hurt us in that first game. So you got to stay on him. So that's key number one. I kind of touched on those already. Here's a more specific key when it comes to Dak. What Fiance said about Dak Prescott, keeping that pocket clean. And I trust all these guys. But La'el Collins, to me, his matchup on Ryan Kerrigan, to me, that's going to be an interesting little matchup there that we have to control. They don't have Jonathan Allen interior. They're missing another guys out inside as well. So, they're definitely weaker. They have Tim Settle, I think, who's in their second-year guy. So Collins against Kerrigan, keeping Dak confident in the pocket. That's going to be a key with him. And I think La'el Collins, we got to see another great week. He had a great damn week last week. He needs to follow that up to give Dak the time so that he can get that ball out to my third point, which is your guy, Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup is going to be matched up. Listen, so Josh Norman, he's going to follow Amari Cooper pretty much the entire game. So if he's trailing Cooper the entire game, that means Quinton Dunbar, who, by the way, is banged up right now, is going to be matched up against Michael Gallup. Our number two versus their number two. They also have Fabian Moreau, who is doubtful for this game. He's their number three. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. He doesn't have the skills to cover Michael Gallup deep. So what's going to happen to Michael Gallup, right? That's, to me, is the key. I think we're going to see another big game from Michael Gallup on Sunday. We're going to see it. We're going to see it against the Redskins, against Josh Norman gets beat, deep a lot. We had Skins fan all day on our channel actually a couple weeks ago for the NFC's kind of roundtable kind of thing. But then we also had we spoke to him on Wednesday, and he said that Josh Norman gets beaten. You saw it in Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson just killed him. And if we have Amari Cooper on him, Josh Norman going deep, I mean, I think the whole game we can kind of keep him at bay, maybe hit him with some big plays. But for the most part, I think Michael Gallup is going to tear apart this Redskins beat up secondary. And that's a key to winning this game big.
Oh no, all good points here. My three keys, guys, for victory is turnovers, guys. We got to get turnovers. We got to catch in on turnovers, and we got to keep cashing in. Red zone offense, guys. I think we're 100% last week when we got into the red zone. So Kellen Moore, keep dialing that up, and consistency. Team consistency, not just player consistency, team consistency. The offense looked great last week. Was it a fluke? Can we get out of this quote unquote trap game, if you will? So those are my three keys there. Anything anybody got to add today?
All good.
Yeah. I don't want Dak to, attempt the whole 300, 400-yard thing. Like I said last week, I thought he had something to prove. I think it's time to run Zeke back into shape. I think it's time to put the ball back in Zeke's hand. We can't do that if we constantly doing play action or, trying to let Dak have a game like he did last week. I don't think it's necessary. I think it's time to slowly, incorporate Zeke back in the fold to run him back into shape and get him back used to taking all those football hits, you know what I'm saying? Because you can be down there in Cabo losing all the way you want, getting in all the shape you want, but until you're on that field, taking those hits from that defense that's really trying to hit you and not your teammates at practice, you'll never get used to it. So I kind of want them to slow it down a little bit on Dak and pick up the little speed a little bit more on Zeke to try to get him back into shape a little more.
Yeah.
I disagree. I disagree. I want if their game plan is, as soon as I disagree, he gets out of here. If the Cowboys' game plan is to throw the ball, take advantage of their weak secondary, and if that's going to win us the game, if Dak wants to quarterback money like what he's been asking for, then it's time for Dak to do it. And if that's the game plan, if the game plan is to take advantage of that secondary, because their game plan might be stopping Zeke. So if our game plan is let's get Zeke into football shape, we're not going to get anywhere. So if the game plan is to expose that secondary, then by all means, expose that damn secondary. What do you think, my Cowboys family?
I'm more with DCFN on this, as we said. I mean, that's me personally.
Obviously, I agree. I mean, that's kind of the point.
But you said you wanted Zeke, though. Remember, you said
no. I said I'm interested to see how they do it.
Remember, you wanted Zeke.
Again, obviously, we're expecting Zeke's got to get more than last week. If not, we're doing it wrong. But the point is that now that we can use Zeke as much as we want, are we going to? Or are we going to see again another, like DJ said, are we going to see another game through the air by Dak force?
That's what my question is going to be less. Is less Pollard and more Zeke, or is it going to be just less? It's going to be back to the pass game. I believe it's going to be just more Zeke and less Pollard, but also the pass game. I think is going to stay at that point where if they're going to test us, they're going to load the box. Then bring it, baby. That can get it done.
That to me is a little bit of my fear because I think now, I don't want the Cowboys to get a little too crazy, a little too pass happy, a little too Dak happy, and put ourselves into a situation where we almost start a little too hard, too fast. Is what I'm saying. Like, let's not forget. I feel like the idea. Yeah, exactly. Let's not forget the bread and butter. Let's not forget the man we just paid.
I also know what I saw with Kellen Moore, and I want to see more of that.
I'm not disagreeing with that. That's why I'm trying. That's why I really want to see it. I think this game is going to be a test for that because right now, like we have no idea what to expect. Not with Zeke, not with Dak, not with Kellen Moore. Nothing. Like
give me
no
more.
idea.
Give me more, baby. Give me more.
1980. What you got to say on that? Do you want to see balance? Do you want to just stick to game plan with whatever their game plan is? What you got to say on that?
I think every football game is really about balance. It's what works at the time. The Dallas Cowboys had to figure out. It just so happened they didn't know that they were going to pass for Dak Prescott was going to throw 4 touchdowns to 4 different receivers. They didn't know that Dak Prescott was going to throw 400 yards passing that game. They had to go into it. You don't know how the grits taste unless you add butter and sugar to it, and a little bit of salt. You know what I'm saying? So. You don't know until you get in a rhythm of that game and figure out what their weakness is. Now that they watch film and do things like that. You can watch film all day long. It helps you. It helps the scouts and everything, defensive guys, offensive guys, but it's going to take them getting into a rhythm and going into to that game and to fill them out a little bit. And they got to balance it out. They got to start off kind of right in the middle, and then to see what they can do better. Okay, if the line, if they feel like they got a weak defense, weak front 4, they can run the ball with Zeke. If they feel like they got a weak secondary, they can throw the ball, over the top to Coop, or Gallup, or Cobb. Like I said in my video the other day, Cobb is a big X factor on this team, and he proved it last week. We really got to get Cobb involved too, as well as Zeke. We know Zeke. We're a run-first team, so we got to get Zeke involved. We got to get that engine running. But Cobb is really, really, really an explosive slot receiver. He's a power receiver, too. He's got a little bit of speed, too. So he can create space and get in the open field and catch those balls and get in the end zone. And his yards after the catch is awesome, too. So that really helps Dak. That really helps our offense in a groove and gets them in the groove. And just keep the ball rolling, man. Keep them guessing like we did. The Giants didn't have no clue what to do yesterday. They had no answer for us. We want the same thing for the Redskins. We don't want them to have any damn answer. We want them to go to the huddle frustrated. We want their defense frustrated. And once that frustrating accumulates and gets into the coaching staff and all that stuff, they don't know what to do. They throwing red flags. They throwing yellow flags. They don't know what the hell is going on. They trying to stop our progress. If we keep that progress going, man, that positive energy, guys, ain't no stopping us, man. But Cobb is the key. Cobb is a real big key because he's underneath. He attacks the weakest part of the defense, and that's the middle of the field. Linebackers can't cover. Secondary guys can't really cover no more. They don't even know how to look back when the ball is in the air. So this is a big year for Dak Prescott in the passing offense. I agree. But we got to get Zeke involved. We got to show them that Zeke can still eat. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, no. You're spot on with that. And we have our first Randall Cobb sighting today, thanks to Dallas Cowboy fan 1980. Can't forget about number 18 out there. But no, we talked about the game. We talked about keys. We talked about I guess I can talk. We talked about this real quick. Cedric Wilson, number 11, got called up from the practice squad onto the 53-man roster. Tavon Austin is out with concussion. So what kind of role do you see Cedric Wilson playing? And I'll start with fifth quarter Cowboys.
Special teams.
Ooh. Returning punts?
Yeah, returning punts. I mean, who's gonna go in for Cobb? He don't do slot. He's not going in for Gallup. He's not going in for Coop. You're gonna see him in you're gonna see him on special team returning punt. And then if we blowing out Washington and late in the fourth quarter, he'll probably get in. But other than that, it's probably returning punts, and just being on the 53 period in case something happens to somebody. But he won't have a big role. Starters are too good, they healthy, so he won't have a big role. Of course, just being a receiver tomorrow.
What about Devin Smith? Do you think Devin Smith will get a bigger role than him?
No, absolutely not.
You don't mess up the rotation.
Yeah.
Well, we only got 5 wide receivers, right? We got Coop, Gallup, Cobb, Cedric Wilson, and Devin Smith.
So Austin is out. Austin is out for sure.
Yep, with a concussion for sure, 100%.
Can't keep him healthy, man.
Can't stay healthy, man.
Damn.
What do you think, my Cowboys family? Will Devin Smith have a bigger role than Cedric Wilson tomorrow?
You want to take this one first?
I mean, honestly, Tavon Austin had 2 catches? That was it. Just nothing really significant. So Cedric Wilson does anything, I really don't see it being more than that. Like you guys said, punt return, special teams, maybe quick return. I don't know. But if he gets more than 2 even attempts or catches, I would be surprised.
Yeah.
Honestly, again, he's just there to help fill things in. And I'm not saying he won't get a look if he gets a chance, if there's an opening. But the Cowboys are definitely not scheming for Cedric Wilson in any way, shape, or form. I just think he's there to definitely help out and fill in for Tavon.
Yeah, I when you talk about I agree with fifth quarter Cowboys and in the special teams role, I think you will see him there on punts. You don't want Randall Cobb in there. You don't want to take a chance on him getting hurt. I'm wondering why they don't use Pollard in that role since they use him on kickoffs. But
maybe now that Zeke is back, they will though.
Oh, we'll see. But they didn't use him last week, so that's the thing is that we'll see what happens with that. But I believe they worked with Cedric Wilson on punts on the last couple of days of practice here, so he will be in the punt return game. I'm suspecting, and on the opposite side, it's going to be interesting, I think, because we do use the rotation. And like DCFN said, are we going to use more Devin Smith? Yes, I believe we will have to see more Devin Smith. He's now the 4th guy. And Cedric Wilson is the 5th guy. You didn't see much of Devin Smith last week, but you're going to see 10 snaps with Cedric Wilson. And you're going to see 20 snaps with Devin Smith. How much will they get? How many opportunities? Like Beyonce said, they get the opportunity. I think they will do well. But, it's going to be about how they take their hits, how they I'm afraid a little bit Wilson, with Cedric, Cedric Wilson, will he be confident in the return game? I'm afraid a little bit of that fumbleitis. So I just, I'm hopeful that they'll do good, but in their limited role. But I do think they'll both be used a lot more tomorrow. I think you'll see a lot more of them tomorrow.
I don't know if you will see a lot more of them tomorrow because you got Tony Pollard, which I think if Randall Cobb or if they want to go 4 wide, I think Tony Pollard might be your slot guy with Randall Cobb. And if that's not the case, I could see Blake Jarwin, who can run routes, who can catch, who can get open. Maybe we'll see 2 tight ends got touchdowns last week. Maybe that happens again this week. You don't necessarily have to have Cedric Wilson and Devin Smith in the game. I mean, you didn't even see it last week. And Tavon Austin only had 1 catch for 8 yards. So I think you're going to see more of that mix, sticking to the 3-headed monsters and Coop, Gallup, and Cobb, and then relying on Blake Jarwin on those passes when Jason Witten's sitting on the bench. What do y'all think?
Actually, a quick thing though I wanted to say is that I say use more than last week, but listen, we use again. I want to go back to the rotation that we do use a rotation of receivers. I mean, even though there are limits, you see sometimes you do see Tavon Austin a lot of different plays in there. I think that he gives some of the starters a breather. So now you have to find another. You can go different personnel. I agree 100%. That's going to be probably get more usage, but the Cowboys have to be confident enough to use these young guys in games, or else what the fuck are you doing, right? Why are you getting these guys? So to me, I want to see a little more, not a lot. When I say more, we're going to see more of them. It means more than nothing, right? You're going to see these guys in there. I think Cedric Wilson more on returns, and a drop maybe, and maybe some blocking stuff or so. He can't play in the slot, Cedric Wilson. So you might see that, and then you have Devin Smith, who I want to see what he can do out there for the 10 to 15 plays he might get, and see what he can do.
Well, about the returns, though, when I was at training camp, Cedric Wilson, Devin Smith, these guys weren't doing returns. It was Tavon Austin and Randall Cobb who was taking returns when Tavon Austin was out. It was Randall Cobb. So I think Randall Cobb still takes those return punts.
No, you can't risk that. It'll be Cedric Wilson. Cedric Wilson did in the preseason. It won't be Randall Cobb. They're not putting him back there.
No, I agree. I don't want.
He was there last week.
He called fair catch. They not doing that. They not risking no. They not risking no big hitter on him, bro. He already injury prone too.
Yeah.
And Tavon didn't even get hit in his guy. He didn't even get hit in his head. What's wrong with him?
I didn't know he was. I know Jason Garrett. He had touched on it for just a little bit. He said that he was under concussion protocol. But he doesn't. He Jason Garrett, like a salesman. He don't see him missing, but you guys just said he was gonna miss. So I was like, damn, dude. I mean, he's a speedster. Speed kills. We kind of need him in there as a decoy a lot. Even though he doesn't do too much, decoys really count because it changes defenses. And with him in there, you just never know what we can do. They don't know what we're gonna do. That's what confused the Giants last week. We had Austin in there, and having 4 receiver sets with Austin and Cobb in the slots. That's that's devastating for defenses. And now he's not in there. So now we got to go with some young guys, some rookies, and we got to, not to say they got to get him in there, like my Cowboys family just said, they got to get some playing time. But you risk fumbles and stupid young rookie mistakes. But they might be okay. I don't know, but I wouldn't risk Cobb back there. He's doing too well. He's doing too well as a slot receiver for him to go back and catch punts and kickoffs and all that stuff. So I would give that to the young guys and get their feet and shit. Pollard, somebody, Damn, I didn't know Austin was hurt. Shit.
What do you think about Cowboys family on that? Let's get the young guys in there for 15 snaps. My Cowboys family said in the comments section there.
I think like I said, I know we do risk some. I said fumble. I know there's a chance that they can make some mistakes, but if you have these guys, I want to see what they can do. Not now. I don't want them out there playing 40 snaps. Please get it right here. But Devin Smith's next man up. Right? We talked about this in the preseason. Tavon Austin gets injured. Randall Cobb can't get injured. Do not put Cobb in their return.
Kind of again the end of that Giants game.
It might happen.
A lot of the second team kind of come in. Is it really the worst thing in the world if we do get a really good look at some of these guys against, admittedly not the best NFL team at that point, but we still want to see them get some real significant reps that will matter. I'm just saying, like in game time reps in a situation that we can control, because obviously, like I said, I'm assuming at this point we have the game in hand. It's not like we're taking any kind of risk.
I disagree because I think that we will at times in the game is still 10 points or 7 points. My point is that you're going to see Devin Smith in the game. You have to have him in the game. The Cowboys have to rest Amari Cooper, Gallup, and Cobb at times. And you want to give different looks. You want to give, tight end looks. You want to give different personnel, 12, 13 personnel, healthy Schultz. But I still say you got to throw in Devin Smith. So you got him, right? You got him for a reason. Let's not be scared to put him in the game. And even if you don't catch the ball, you got to get him in the game is what I'm saying. Now, the impact, I don't think he's going to make a big impact because he's not getting that many opportunities, but he's going to have to play in the game. And so might Cedric Wilson on the offensive receiver.
I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying that I also think it's a little bit naive to assume that if we're winning by a lot or we have,
like different. I said. Then they're in full time. It doesn't really matter at that point. But yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: Who do you trust back there? Let's say it's 14-14, end of the game. We stop them. Redskins punt it. 2 minutes left to go. Who do you trust securing that, catching that ball? Cedric Wilson, Devin Smith, or Randall Cobb?
Oh, Cobb, of course. You put Randall Cobb in.
That's why Cobb's going to be back there the entire game.
You talking about returns? You're talking about returns? I'm sorry.
I'm talking about a punt return.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, he's not doing punt return, boy.
So you're going to trust these guys to catch those balls and secure.
I said Cobb.
2 minutes left in the game. We done fucked up. Like we already messed up. And Randall Cobb in the backfield, I don't think is going to save us.
Well, I understand what you're saying, DCF fan. I know you're saying, but I thought you were talking about actually on the opposite side. You want Cobb, obviously, but no, on returns, I hear what you're saying. But last week we used Cobb only when it was almost like a definite fair catch. It wasn't like he was going to really get the return. So we got to look at that as well. As far as if the game's on the line, I wouldn't say I would not be surprised to see Cobb out there. I'll agree with you on that. But I don't think he should be.
All right.
But he should be. He's going to secure that ball. He's a veteran. That's what he's back there for. Does anybody got anything to add? We might be giving 15 minutes back of your day, guys. 15 minutes back to your wonderful night.
No, the last thing I'll say is it's really hard for me to see Coop or Gallup going out the game, because if it's a tight game, it's not about who we think should be out there. It's about who Dak Prescott trusts getting that ball to. It's about who Kellen Moore trusts that can catch a pass from Dak, who can have accuracy issues sometimes. Last year we saw Amari Cooper make a lot of balls that weren't catchable. He made it happen. We seen Michael Gallup turn around and get a couple balls that weren't catchable. He made it happen. Can those new guys do that in the clutch? If you want to rest Coop, can you trust Devin Smith to be a precise route runner like Amari Cooper and battle Josh Norman? I don't think those young guys are ready to handle that type of pressure yet. I don't think, like I say, if it's just trash time, we're beating them. Yeah, but just to see them take Coop out just to give another guy some snaps, I really don't see that. Because you're talking about your number one, the guy you're about to pay, the guy who pretty much he changed Dak's life.
He sure did.
So it's kind of hard for me to believe that he'll go out or Gallup will go out just to give a young guy some snaps and give him a break. These guys play whole games, you know what I'm saying? That's what they get the money for. That's why
just call timeout like you, DJ.
Huh?
I said just call timeout like you do in Madden.
Shut up, boy.
I know what you're saying, DJ, but at the same time, I got to say that we still do use some kind of rotation in there. I mean, even if it's just 5 snaps in the game difference, we will have some guys come in at times for these guys. And what do you have these guys? You have Devin Smith. I know you say I agree with you. I'm not sure if
can they block,
but he's got to get in the game. It's just the way it goes. Next man up. And again, he's not to get 25, 30 snaps going against Josh Norman. He'll be going against Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie or the fourth cornerback. So my point is that he'll be in there as the third guy. He'll automatically drop to the third guy if he goes in there with 3 receivers.
Can they run block?
Well, Cedric Wilson actually is not bad at run blocking. A little slight on his frame, but I think he did pretty well. I'm not sure about Devin Smith, though.
I'm not sure about Devin Smith either.
Question: did Lance Lenore make the practice squad?
No.
What?
Lance Lenore wasn't even on our team, was he?
He's actually on the IR, injury reserve. As soon as he gets okay, he'll be cut.
Yeah, they're gonna cut him. But yeah, that
Get his
was
ass
all I
out
wanted
of
to say.
here.
I just wanted to make that point about rapport with receivers, and it's just I don't know, man. I just don't see those type of guys going out the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, when it comes to Prescott and new Kellen Moore, new offensive new OC, and Dak getting a full training camp with Coop, and Michael Gallup, becoming what he's becoming. It's kind of hard for me to see that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe so, but like I said, you say we can't say, well, they're on the team, you got to use them. Well, no. We bring them up in case something happened or somebody get injured. They need to come out for a couple plays for, to get the ankle retaped or some crazy stuff. But just to bring them out, like, yeah, let me get a breather, put him in. I don't see that unless we know for sure that the next play may be a running play. You know what I'm saying? But as far as putting them in for a play specifically assigned for them or receivers, I don't know. It could happen, but it's just hard for me to see that. It's hard for me to see that.
Lay off the tequila, boy. Let them know where they can find you at.
Tequila.
With the worm.
Oh. Field Quarter Cowboys on YouTube. Y'all, listen, I'm tired of talking to y'all about this. And y'all don't get me. My subscribers,
He's on that tequila, guys.
I'm not on nothing, actually. Field Quarter Cowboys, man. See you guys tomorrow at noon. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This is season 2 of the Roundtable. Hopefully in February, we'll be doing another Roundtable, and we'll be winning number 6. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Peace.
My Cowboys family, where can they find you out here on 1980s channel side?
Yeah. What's up, guys?
You guys can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all social media as My Cowboys Family, guys. We do live game day reaction, live streams. Tomorrow we'll be kicking it off.
Baby.
We'll have our kids with us as well, watching the game. We go live every single day to talk Cowboys, and you know why we do what we do.
You know why, guys? Star over everything. You know why?
Go
Cowboys, baby. Let's do it. I'm ready for this game.
Jesus.
I'm fucking ass. Hey, 38-13. That's my score.
40 plus, 40-0. God.
Really?
40-0. That's the
Fine. 40-30.
Hey, you can also find me on Pornhub at Phil for Hennessy Cowboys.
Oh my God. Dallas Cowboy football news on YouTube. Oh, I got 1324 Cowboys all day, baby. Woo! Dallas Cowboy football news on YouTube. Dallas Cowboy football news on Facebook. DCF News 1 on Twitter. And if you're man enough to talk X's and O's, slide in those DMs like a hoe. 1980, the floor is yours.
All right, guys. All right, guys. Start roundtable tonight. We apologize, man. It's pretty much self-explanatory with watching the Redskins. This should be one of those games where it's a winnable game for the Dallas Cowboys. We need to take advantage while we can. We're the better team mentally and physically, and we just need to go out there and prove that we can get the job done, especially on the defensive side of the ball. We're going into this game 1-0. Good positive entrance to the game. So we just need to do the same thing we did last week, but better defense, better fundamentals, better tackling, all that good stuff. So we're going into this second week, guys, and everybody's predicting we win this game, but you just never know. We're playing in a black hole. FedEx Field. Strange things happen there. Like I said earlier, it's like the Bermuda Triangle. Guys, we just like I say, nothing we say is written in stone. Nothing's in the Bible. We just are diehard Cowboy fans, and we love our team and we love what we do, and we take the time out of our day, to talk Cowboys. We thank every last one of y'all for joining us and taking the time out of your day. But guys, let's get this W tomorrow. Let's not waste time. Let's start off fast. Tell them more. Let's get them. Let's just all across the board, man. Let's just dominate.
2-0. 2-0 in the NFL. 2-0 in the division. We got to do it.
There you go. And make sure you stay cowboyed up and prayed up, because you never know what the day is gonna bring you. Holler back at us. Appreciate it. We out.